when certain things are happening. Think about your beliefs around that certain situation and see if it's something that you are manifesting. So one example that I can think of where it showed me so clearly why thinking positive works and why your mindset is so important and why we do these things like say affirmations, and people just say like be positive, but like if you don't understand why that is, then it's not going to help you in any way. So I just wanted to give you one example that I saw, and it didn't even have to do with me, didn't have to do with anything really that important, but it's just something small that I saw in my life where I was like, okay, if this applies here, why can't I apply it anywhere else in my life? And this was proven to me when I started having houseplants. Anytime I received a plant or anytime I got a plant, I just happened to let it die. And I had the belief that I could not keep plants alive. It doesn't matter if it was a bamboo or, you know, those easy care kind of plants. I started to actually try to take care of it. But somehow they always just ended up dying. And I just still didn't understand why. So until one day, you know, a couple years later, this was probably not even up until a year ago, I realized this. And I was realizing the power of manifestation and the law of attraction and the power of your mind. And I tested those concepts on the plant. Now here's what I mean. So I had the belief of, or I was always scared of letting the plant die. Because, you know, in my past, I had let plants die, I had neglected them, and even when I tried, they still somehow died, and I kind of took that belief with me into the future. And it wasn't until I thought, okay, let's try something different. Let's try on a different mindset. Because I would always, because I thought that they always would die and I was scared of them dying, I would look for signs that they were not doing good. I looked for signs that they were dying. So when I looked at the plants, I would see the yellow parts and I would get frustrated and I'd be like, oh, why are you dying? Like, come on, why are you dying? And I would talk to it like, why are you dying? Why are you dying? Like, let me see, you know, what's wrong with it, you know? And I would pay attention to the yellowing parts of the leaves. I would pay attention to the droopiness. I would pay attention to the curling edges. Like, I would pay attention to the parts of the plant that were not healthy. That was what I was putting my attention on, was always the parts of it that were dying. And I would give it that attention. I would give those parts attention. Now, right around when I started, this was after I kind of experimented with manifesting clear skin. I talked about this in my video where I would only pay attention to the parts of my skin that were clear instead of paying attention to the pimples, the acne, you know, the bad parts of my skin, because for a while that's what I was paying attention to. And I realized that when I pay attention to the parts of my skin that were clear, that were smooth, and, you know, only put my attention on those parts and was grateful for those parts, that's when I started seeing my skin clear up and my entire face cleared up and my psoriasis cleared up, things like that, right? So I started paying attention to the parts of it that were healthy. My face, I was looking for signs that it was healthy. So I started to, when I did that, I experimented on the plants and I thought, okay, I realized that when I look at my plants, I'm paying attention to the dead parts, I'm paying attention to the dying parts, the sick parts. What if I put my attention on the parts that were healthy? And I would try to find signs of growth instead of finding signs of death or dying or sickness or disease or, you know, whatever. I would look for the negative parts. I would look for the things that would prove to me that they were dying, that I was neglecting it, that I wasn't doing a good job. I looked for those parts, and so therefore I manifested my plants would always die. So when I started to experiment and think, okay, what if I only looked at the parts, what if I only looked for signs of growth and I only saw the budding leaves? I would pay attention to how like thick and healthy the stems were and the stalks and the leaves and how green they were, and I only paid attention to those parts. I put my attention on its health, on its growth, how it's thriving. If I put my attention on that, how would it react? And what do you know? All of a sudden, I have all of these plants that are healthy and they're thriving and they are, growing, and I'm propagating, and now all of a sudden I'm thinking that I have a green thumb. I'm like, okay, I can do plants. I can keep them alive, I can grow them, I can propagate them, and now here we are, and I have a bunch of plants in my house and I love them dearly. Right? So this is just one little small example of why law of attraction works, why manifestation works, why the power of your mind is so important, and use that concept and bring it to the rest of your life with anything, right? So think about the things that you're thinking. Look at the parts of your life that you aren't happy with, and think about your thoughts towards those parts of your life. If you are only attracting certain types of people in your life that you don't like, you're like, why am I attracting these people? They're not good for me, they're toxic, these friends, these men, these relationships, If you are attracting a certain person, a certain type of people that you don't like, or that is toxic, think about how you are thinking about yourself, or about the way the world works, or what you think about other people. Do you think that most people are inherently bad? Do you think that maybe you have just some sort of underlying belief where you are attracting that certain belief and certain realities and situations to make those things, those beliefs, be true to you? Because if you believe it, then you will keep attracting those types of people and those situations that will prove you right. Because our subconscious and the universe, however you want to relate to this, it will direct you towards situations and people and things that will prove to you that your beliefs are true. So if you had the belief that you are successful, that money comes to you easily, that you only have really good people in your life, and even if you want to believe that you have a green thumb and that you can keep things alive, it doesn't matter what you want to be or become or what you want to believe. All that matters is if you just try on that belief for a little while and just see if things start to change. Just experiment. Try on a different belief and just be aware of what you are thinking when certain things are coming or when certain things are happening. Think about your beliefs around that certain situation and see if it's something that you are manifesting because it's something that you believe to be true. That's all I wanted to share with you today. I hope this was helpful. If you know of someone that would love this, please share it with them, text it to them, send it to them on Instagram, and of course, share this to your story and tag me in it. And let me know if this was helpful for you. I really want to know. And don't forget my Manifest Your Dream course. What did I say? My Manifest Your Dream Life course is now available. It's on my website. It's judydiaries.com/manifestyourdreamlife, or just head to the homepage judydiaries.com and you'll see the link. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. I hope you have an amazing day or an amazing night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.